What's going on, everybody? Happy 4th of July weekend. Hope everybody's doing good. Can I show you what I'm into? Got the majority of my stuff on this half of the shop moved over here onto concrete. Trying to get everything prepped to start pouring this side. Gonna try to put in a bathroom over there, but it's been a long time waiting. Finally put a couple bikes up on the lift. I've been so busy with everything else here trying to get situated. I got my camper that I'm living in the barn now, so it's nice to get out of the sun because it's blasted hot out here in Ohio. It's been about 90, 95. So it's nice to get out of the weather, a little cooler in here, and to get some bikes on some lifts. I tell you what, it felt good. I got this 1954 Panhead. First time I'd had it on the lift, kind of looking over some things. I'd just been crawling around on the ground looking at it when I had some time, and this is a 1978 FLH shovelhead that I picked up at an auction. And it was real weird. I mean, I swear some things just seem like they're meant to be, or I don't know. I'm not like real religious, but almost like spiritual. Just weird things kind of happen, and you're like, I don't know. This was a guy's bike that passed away. I went to the auction actually looking. They had an El Camino, and I always wanted one. And saw they had a couple bikes, and I thought, I ain't gonna be able to touch them. Oddly enough, nobody wanted this bike, and I got it a good deal and had the primary off and everything. And just kind of looked it over and didn't see anything too alarming. And after I bought it, a guy came up to me and said, that was my brother's bike. He was just riding it last year. Ran great. He tore it apart to redo the clutch, and it's about all I knew. I picked up some of these totes here was a bunch of parts, where he had some old Panhead stuff, generator, shovel stuff, and bought all the parts. Nobody was really interested, and finally just started laying out some of the stuff. I had this barrel here with everything they said that was to it, and just laying out the parts, nuts and bolts, putting them on the bike, kind of reading into like a mystery or something, anything, You ain't got nobody to talk to, just try to figure it out. But I saw this here, and this is a transmission seal. And that's the old put the screw in and pull it out trick. And notice, the transmission fluid all over everything in here, where sprocket looks like it's new. So the guy, probably put new main shaft seal. Looked at the clutch basket, everything's brand new. New friction plates, new steel plates. 5-finger clutch hub. Outer retainer, new springs. Where it's just like sad, it's thinking, man, this guy took his bike. Little did he know it was the last time he'd ever take it apart, and almost feel like, when I buy something, I'm thinking, this is in good hands. I wonder if that person's looking down, don't even know him or anything, but it was like a mystery. I'm going through all the nuts and bolts. This goes here, and I'm thinking, dude's looking down on me, and I had something on my finger, and I'm thinking, what is this? Looked at it, it's a hair. I thought, whose hair is this? It's old gray hair, and I thought, man, it's like it's talking to you, It's weird. And then I just so happened to put the Panhead on the lift. Was looking through some of these parts that I got from this bike, and I found the backing plate that when I bought this Panhead, the guy couldn't find, and my old neighbor in town called me up, heard about some call-in radio thing where people sell stuff. And he said, guy's got some old Harley parts. And the guy happened to have, I went out on a whim. It's hard to see here, but this is a original 52 to 54 Panhead air cleaner, which I just didn't happen to have on this one. The one I had was a reproduction, but that's it's the stuff that gets me excited about the bikes and everything. The hunt, the haggle, the solving the mystery on it, keeping the history, learning about the people. I'd been away from it for too long, and it was pretty refreshing to get a taste of it and get the itch again. So I'm finally getting situated in here somewhat. I plan to start doing some videos on this 78 shovel there. I don't think it'll take too long to button that up and hopefully get it fired up and have a video for you. I'm still working on, let me tell you, this thing is awesome. I put one of these screen door in the back door here. It's got like magnets in the middle, walk right through it, let some breeze through, but keeps all the skeeters and birds and bats out. Pretty cool. But my 4th of July weekend planned is I'm going to start tearing down the back of the house. So dug a hole out here. Sat out here on the old backhoe yesterday, and let me tell you, I guess you can dig a big hole or you can dig a real deep one, where this thing's about 14 foot deep. A little sketchy even getting near it. I almost talked to a buddy and he said, you need to shelf that and put an edge on there so if you do fall in you can get out. So, or throw a rope in, keep my phone on me. But you get that deep out here by yourself doing something, that's something to consider for sure. But so the back of the house here, I'm gonna go ahead and stop it and I'll start up when I get there. So the back of the house here, I've even going into buying this place, I planned on tearing down this back half. It just got a lot of structural foundation damage, and I'm keeping the main part. So I'd been working on the old original stone foundation underneath the house, making sure it's all in good shape, and that way I thought give it as much strength as I can, and also that way I kind of look at it and see if anything's moved. So it's like old, man, I might have to get a new camera. Old stone. I filled all the mortar down there in the bottom. I put that piece of foam in the old window there just to keep dirt and debris out, and about to start tearing this down. And how do you tear down an old, how would you tear down a back part of the house and keep the main part? I mean, I'm sure somebody will say, well, you're going to hire a professional. Well, I think if I went and applied for that job, they'd probably give me the job, I feel. So, and I took down a barn about that size back there pretty much by myself, so I feel pretty qualified. Just like anything, you know, kind of figure out how it went together, and last step, do that first and work your way back. So I think I'm going to tear the roof off and, you know, start cutting the ceiling trusses out, make sure everything's disconnected from the house, and I don't know, stomp the ceiling through to the inside and start sectioning out the walls. But it's going to be a big step out here, so then once that's down I can figure out if the rest of the house is worth moving forward on. But just want to kind of give one last look at that. I think I'm about to climb up there and start tearing it off, and I don't know, I might try to get some videos through the process of it, see if anything comes up. But it's going to look a lot different here on the next video. So just want to stop in, wish everybody a good weekend, and have a good one.